Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with Lenny. In this episode, we'll be reviewing Sibbald Point Provincial Park. This episode is brought to you by Icebreaker. Icebreaker is a natural merino performance outdoor clothing company based in Auckland, New Zealand. With Icebreaker's lightweight, durable, odor-resistant apparel, it removes moisture away from your skin in warm conditions to keep you cool and comfortable. And Cotopaxi. Cotopaxi is an outdoor travel apparel, bag, and gear company with a focus on impact and sustainability. They believe in creating and designing outdoor gear that fuels both adventure and global changes by dedicating a percentage of its revenue towards vetted non-profit organizations working to improve human condition. Consider using the affiliated link in the description for your next purchase. You will help support future content on this channel. Thanks for your support. Sibbald Point Provincial Park is located in the shore of Lake Simcoe, just north of Toronto. About, according to the locals, 45 minutes north of Toronto. If you're stuck in traffic, about an hour and a half-ish north of Toronto. The reason why I'm saying an hour and a half is more than what the local is saying because traffic in Ontario is, especially in the corridor, the 400, the 404, the 404 is just a killer. It's just traffic. So if you're planning to go to here, just give yourself time. So in this review, we're going to go through what I've observed, pros and cons going to this campsite. So let's begin here. Sibbald Point Provincial Park is a great park. It is designed and it was designed for day use. The reason why I'm saying day use is the park itself gets so busy during the summer. They have to shut down the day use section of the park because there's so many people there. But the camping site, when we were there last weekend, it was about, let's say, 80%, 85% full. So it's literally designed for day use. Plus the proximity from Toronto, Vaughan, Markham, Richmond Hill, just the suburbs of Toronto itself. The proximity of those cities from the park itself is so close that everyone goes there. And it's way closer than Musaga Beach. It's closer to Musaga Beach, but you don't get the full vibe of a beachy resort town. But this one is very nice. The water is clean. The facility is clean, but it's old. I'll go through that later. But the park itself is really nice. Very, very great location. So it was super easy. To be honest with you guys, we were shocked how fast it took us to get our last stop to pick up my buddy Nelson, to get from his place to the park itself, because we were just shocked how close it was. We were thinking it would be a lot further, because of traffic and all that good stuff, we weren't very sure how close it is. So, okay, let's talk about the beach itself. Let's talk about the day use. The day use itself was very interesting because when we got there on Friday, we went to the park store, and it was busy, but it wasn't too busy. It was like a typical park day use. On a weekdays, on a Friday, it wasn't that busy as all. So we didn't really gauge how busy it is until the next day. Saturday, Zahid and I, my other buddy Zahid that went with us for this camping trip, we were shocked how packed the beach was. It comes to the point it was so packed that it was getting to the point that the majority of the parking lots are already full, going into the beach itself. So we were like, okay, let's go figure this out. Let's go grab our firewood and get out of there as fast as we can. We don't want to take too much spaces, right? But it's kind of funny though, because we were there for about 10 minutes. When we got back to the car, it was already a lineup and the cars were already surrounding us. People were waiting for us to leave. That's how crazy it was. So it was pretty packed. The next day, that was Saturday morning. Not the next day. It's Saturday afternoon. We decided to take a walk to the park from our site to the beach stuff, not the park, but the beaches, the public beach, and every single parking spot was closed. everyone's walking. And if you watched the last episode, it was so full of people that it was so hard to find just a tiny spot for you to just set up your picnic area. So we learned that this place is so full and so busy throughout the year itself. You do have to start showing up way earlier than normal to grab your spot, grab your parking spot, grab a picnic table, claim your little area for the beach itself. So just keep that in mind. The next one that I want to talk to you about is the little bit of observation in the camping side. The camping side was great. There was tons of trees. There was tons of it was I don't want to say privacy, but there's enough privacy there that you don't see their campsite. But one thing that I've also observed is some of the campsite itself is sort of in a dip. So if there is rain, like what we had just before the rain on a Saturday night, it was just the water is pooling. If the water pools, this means it's just a very miserable time. It's kind of funny though, because one of our camping neighbors came in Saturday night. So Friday night, like late Friday night. And they set up and all that good stuff. The next day, I passed by their site. Sorry, they came in around 9 o'clock-ish. So when the next morning when I woke up, they're still settling in and all that good stuff. They had a great setup. They had the gazebo, they have the tent, they have the chairs. Everything was very cool set up. But when the rain started Saturday night, I noticed that they were packing up. It was just downpour, so they left and all that good stuff. But anywho, I noticed that I was saying that the site itself are very there's dips in the site that can actually collect water. I did show one of the sites that actually has pool of water still there on Saturday afternoon, but because it rained before that, like on a Thursday, I think it rained Thursday before we showed up, but there were still puddles of water still in the site. So the drainage is not very good as far as I know, in some of the sites, not all of them, but some of the sites. The site that we had was pretty good drainage. Yeah, and so that was just weird. But moral of the story, you just have to be very careful what site you go to. This water does pool in. The other one that I observe as well too is the water faucet, the potable water. What I noticed that they actually use concrete pillars instead of wooden pillars like you normally do. Not like Long Point uses a wooden post with a water faucet and a little shelf. You put your water bottle, your water bottles and all that stuff to fill your water in. So it's very, very nice. This one is just literally a concrete slab or concrete pillar with a faucet in it built that's been concrete inside. So when it breaks, it's literally you have to destroy the concrete to get in the pipes. But anywho, so what I noticed as well too, the water itself does pool in at the bottom. So you put your jug on the ground when you put water. They do pull in a bit. The water does pull in. So just be careful with that. It is a magnet of flies, so that's kind of sad. Yeah, that was pretty bad. But that's pretty bad. But now I want to talk to you about the bathrooms in the infrastructure. I had the feeling that the bathroom and the infrastructure was upgraded when they did the whole park system upgrade with a new bathroom, with the new showers. Before that, it was just a wooden hut. Now it's just a nice building. Unfortunately, when I noticed that looks like it's one of the first ones, it's very dated. You can actually see how dated the bathroom is itself. The hand dryer was not even working at all. So you'll notice, I noticed that everyone finished washing their hands. They literally walk around with wet hands. The door itself is always consistently wet. So it was just very weird thing that they haven't really addressed the fixing the hair dryer. The other one as well too is the it's kind of dirty. Dirty in the sense that it's not like dirty. Dirty as in like people leaving their garbage on site. And that was very sad. I'm not sure if Ontario Parks do clean the sites in between rentals or during the slow time during the week. I don't know, but it was pretty bad. We tried to clean them as much as we can before we left, but yeah, people are just leaving piece of plastic, papers all over the place. I seen one of those tab things for the breads and all that stuff, for the bag of bread. So it was just lying all over the place. So it wasn't very nice. It was very disappointing when people leave it like that. Yeah. So now let's talk about pros and cons. Let's start with cons. Cons. It is very busy. If you're going there during the week, I think you should be fine. But if you're there before and after school, before school breaks and before school breaks and after school start, you should be fine weekends and weekdays. If you're there during the weekdays, I think you should be fine. It's not going to be as busy. You have time to go to the beach. But if you're planning to be there during the summer with friends and family, be prepared. It is packed. It is so busy. Like I mentioned before, the site itself was about 85% full, but they're all clustered in close to the bathrooms and the showers. So it gets very busy. There's a lot of traffic going back and forth. At the same time, too, you actually hear the main thoroughway in the park itself, so you can actually hear everything. So that wasn't very pleasant. But at night, when we were there, people were very good about not making noise throughout the evening. So that's really nice. If you are a city dweller and you're used to waking up super early in the morning, this is actually a bad place because people do wake up early. When I was there, so I'm not sure what's during the weekdays or other weekends, but people when we were there, people do wake up super early. Okay, so now let's talk about pros. Pros: the proximity of the park in major cities. It's great. If you live in Toronto or surrounding metropolitan cities around in Toronto, going to Sibbald Point is super easy. It's just really nice. You get there super early. You don't have to travel 2-3 hours away just to get to the park. It's nice. It's a nice drive. But if you are planning to be there for the day use, be there super early. Don't go there late because it's just terrible. But if you are going to be camping there, you don't have to leave super early just to be on site. Check-in set 2. If you be there an hour before, I think you'll be fine. You don't have to leave like late. You don't have to leave at 3 o'clock and be there at 6, for example. It's not like that at all. You literally show up when you show up, get it done and over. Get there, set it up, and good to go. The check-in process is actually pretty good. I believe I counted 6 check-in window for you to use. So it can accommodate a lot of people coming in just for a day use and for camping. The day use side, they have their own ticketing system, so that's fine. Also, the other the other pro as well too that I want to mention. I want to highlight this because this is actually pretty important. Just outside the park gates, park entrance, there's a convenience store. That store was awesome because it gives you the opportunity to, if you forget something, you get everything you need from there. Basic groceries, basic groceries you'll get there. Propane, wood, water, you name it, everything was there. So as soon as you leave the park, just go literally across the street. It's there. Grab whatever you need and go back. Right. So it's very, very convenient. So I really think that was very, very, very good planning, and the owner of that store putting itself just outside the park. So that was great. That was awesome. And the other cons as well too is not cons. I keep saying cons, but it's pros. The other pros that I want to keep say that I want to mention is despite the busyness of the park, the community of being outdoors is great. I've noticed that that people who go there they're there for the weekend, and they go there for the beach, right? So when you're walking around, there's a lot of people with little inflatable boats, stand-up paddles, kayaks, you name it. Everyone's there, so it's really, really nice to see that. And you do have so much activities when you get there. It is definitely designed for families. It's designed for people who love being outdoors, so it's perfect. Also, there is a boat ramp as well too, so you see a lot of boaters coming in with their boats too, because there is a ramp there. But there's a boat ramp as well, so people are launching their boats there, launching and picking up their boats for the weekend, or just leaving it there for a while. So there's a lot of activities there. The main thing in that place is actually the beach. The beach is great if it's not busy. There is bathrooms there that you can use. It's easier to get to the bathroom if it's not busy, right? So it's a great park. I do recommend this park. If you do decide to go there, make sure you go there during the weekday if you don't want too much crowd. But if you don't mind the crowd, go there the weekends because it's a lot more fun. That's all I have. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing, consider supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee, link in the description. You can also visit campingwithlenny.com. There you can find other episodes and links that can help you on your next camping adventures. Thanks again.